Coming up today on The Breakdown. Did racial bias decide who lived and died? Well, the Supreme Court reviews a case involving the removal of black jurors in Mississippi and a long awaited step toward accountability. Terrence Crutcher's family moves forward after an appeals court reinstates their case against Officer Betty Shelby. And a space built for joy, freedom, and sisterhood inside the Black Girl Playground, and why this program matters. The Breakdown starts now. Attorneys for the family of Terrence Crutcher say they will hold a news conference today after a major legal victory. An appeals court has ruled that the lawsuit against former Tulsa police officer Betty Shelby should not have been dismissed, allowing the civil case to move forward. Crutcher was shot and killed in 2016 after officers responded to a stalled vehicle on the roadway. Shelby was later acquitted of manslaughter. A lower court had thrown out the lawsuit, citing qualified immunity, but now the appeals court says the case deserves to be heard, giving Crutcher's family a chance to seek accountability before a jury. Tonight, Roland will speak to the Crutcher family attorney about this victory. Also, today, the Supreme Court will review a Mississippi death row case of a black man. The hearing is tied to the disputed removal of black jurors. The High Court will weigh whether racial bias shaped Terry Pitchford's jury and whether lower courts ignored it. At the center of the appeal is whether a now retired prosecutor, Doug Evans, who systematically removed black jurors from the trial. Pitchford was 18 when he and another teen robbed a Mississippi grocery store. Another teen, who was younger than 18, fired the fatal shots, making them ineligible for the death penalty. Pitchford was later convicted of capital murder and sentenced to death. During jury selection, Evans had 4 of the 5 remaining black prospective jurors removed, leaving just one black person on the panel. Pitchford's attorneys objected at the time, arguing that the dismissals were racially motivated. The trial judge allowed the removals without closely examining whether the reasons were legitimate. A federal judge overturned Pitchford's conviction in 2023, citing concerns of possible discrimination, but a court of appeals reversed that decision, setting the stage for the Supreme Court to now weigh in. And a Mississippi family is grieving after a brutal dog claims the life of a black mom. 35-year-old Lakeisha Newsom, a mother of 3, died on March 27th after being mauled while walking along Highway 178. Authorities have arrested 54-year-old Sandra Harris for aggravated assault, manifesting extreme indifference to the value of human life. But for Newsom's family, justice feels incomplete. They're demanding to know why the dogs that carried out the attack have not been put down, raising concerns about public safety and accountability in the wake of her death.
She have bites up under her arm. Both arms is cut up real bad. She was attacked on her back end so bad that they did multiple surgeries. They are hiding information. They said the dogs were seized. I'm getting information from other police officers. These dogs hadn't even been picked up.
We just want justice for Lakeisha. She have kids. We want justice. And just because she didn't deserve it. She's a human being.
Overall, I want a full investigation. I want the truth. I want justice. You may have a daughter, you may have a mom, sister, aunt. This can happen to anyone.
Right.
But overall, what is hidden, it's going to reveal itself.
Well, the D.C. Council will consider overriding a mayoral veto during today's legislative meeting. Earlier this month, the council unanimously passed the FAR Act, which requires Metropolitan Police Department officers to document the names of federal agents who worked alongside them during a use of force incident or while making an arrest. But last week, Mayor Muriel Bowser vetoed the bill. Advocates argue the FAR Act is a necessary step for transparency. The D.C. Council also unanimously passed a bill that requires MPD to release body camera footage when on scene with federal agents who are involved in a serious use of force incident. A black man has filed a federal lawsuit against the Memphis Police Department alleging the mishandling of an incident that he says has left his family heartbroken. Michael Wilson says he requested a wellness check on his mother, LaJanice Trannon, in July of 2025. She was found unresponsive and died from a pulmonary embolism. Wilson says that a few days later, he received a notification from Google Photos of a nude image of her deceased body taken at the time of the wellness check. And according to him, an unnamed second lieutenant with the Memphis Police Department took that picture. After discovering the image, Wilson says he attempted to contact MPD and other local officials to understand just why this picture was taken. He claims he was unable to get answers and was even denied access to body camera footage, ultimately leading him to pursue legal action. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump is investigating what he describes as a possible pattern of excessive force from the Jacksonville, Florida Sheriff's Office following the release of a video showing a violent arrest in Clay County. The case centers on 24-year-old Deshaun Williams, who was arrested in November at a gas station. Video from the scene shows officers beating and kicking Williams during the encounter. Crump says there appears to be a pattern of excessive force against black people.
What we have seen in this video is deeply disturbing and raises serious questions about whether excessive force was used during Deshaun Williams' arrest. We are demanding the immediate preservation and release of all body-worn camera footage, reports, and records related to this incident, along with a full and transparent investigation. This is not a rare occurrence. We saw last year how Jacksonville Sheriff's Office officers pulled William McNeil from his car during a traffic stop and used brutal force against him. Also, the public deserves answers about why there appears to be a pattern of excessive force against black people in Jacksonville, Florida. And Deshaun deserves accountability for the injuries he suffered.
Crump says his legal team is reviewing whether Williams' civil rights were violated and is examining other high-profile cases involving the sheriff's office. In Orange County, Florida, circuit court judge faces discipline after an investigation found he told public defenders to shut up and asked if a black person had ever chopped cotton. According to court records filed with the Florida Supreme Court, Judge Johnny Jordan violated the Code of Judicial Conduct for his intemperate behavior and inappropriate commentary. The investigation carried out by the Florida Judicial Qualifications Commission, an independent agency that looks into misconduct by state judges, began in October. It focuses on two incidents that occurred last year. In one instance, Jordan unprofessionally scolded two public defenders during an aggravated battery case in April. Having served as a circuit judge since 2011, Jordan could face a public reprimand for his actions. He's acknowledged his misconduct and expressed deep regret. City crews have removed numerous decorative crosswalks throughout Dallas, including Black Lives Matter murals in southern Dallas. State officials determined that the markings do not meet safety standards. Now, this decision follows Texas Governor Greg Abbott's order for cities to eliminate any and all political ideologies from our streets. In Oak Lawn, crews have removed rainbow crosswalks along Cedar Springs Road. Just a few miles away, Black Lives Matter crosswalks near Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard were taken down as well. And city officials say all decorative crosswalks will be repainted and brought into compliance by April 28th. Well, the YWCA of McLean County is shutting down nearly 40-year-old volunteer program, a move that leaders say reflects shifting federal priorities and the ongoing rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. Now, the Retired Senior Volunteer Program, known as RSVP, connects hundreds of volunteers with dozens of nonprofits each year in Illinois, generating more than $1 million in community impact annually. But the program, funded through AmeriCorps, has been caught in the crosshairs of policy changes under the Trump administration. YWCA leaders say new federal rules pressured them to change DEI language and signaled a shift in funding priorities, making it just harder to sustain the program. The grant, which totaled about $65,000 with the state match, supported staffing and coordination efforts, but now this program is set to end in June. Coming up after the break.